So what music influences you particularly?
Music with balls, you know, music with a concept and music with something to say, you know. It's got, like, you know, the Prodigy, you know what I mean? It's a great example of a band that it makes no compromise. I love music like that. I love, you know, I love heavy metal, I love rock, I love dubstep, I love hip hop always, grime and drum and bass, and you know, I like all music, man. But as long as it's got a big cast iron set of bollocks attached to it, then I'm fine. You know, driving and stand for something. You can fall for anything, you know.
Any beatboxers in particular?
Beatboxers? Yeah. Eclipse all day. Eclipse every single day. He's like. And anyone that doesn't agree with me are haters, just straight haters, because that man is the all-encompassing. Do you know what I mean? He's like, he is what you would define as your hip-hop beatboxer. He's like, but he's so diverse as well. Faithless Effects for me. Reaps, sick, up and coming. Skilla from Europe, who's sick. Poisonous, sick from Canada. I mean, all the, you know, the names. Killa Kela. You know, all the ones that your friends like, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
So have you got any collaborations coming up with other beatboxers? Is that something you do often?
Yeah. I mean, I've just done some collaboration with Eclipse. You can check that on YouTube. You seen that?
I don't think so.
Sick. So go on Television on YouTube. Me and Eclipse. You can go on Television episode 1, and that's me with Faith. Do like a little thing there. And Faith has also done a remix of the new single, Built Like an Amp. By and large, though, it's the kids that I'll roll with. To be fair.
What's your view on battling?
We don't battle, we battle. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in making music that opens the doors to a wider audience of people. When people make albums, it's a platform for a whole industry to stand up and, you know, get your bums on seats, you know. I want to make. It's done, and he battles and he wins, and then what? You know what I mean? It's like he's number one for a minute, and then someone else will be number one, and he'll be relegated. It's just a weird sort of sense of athleticism that I don't understand anymore.
Okay, is this something you used to do?
Yeah, when I was like 12. It's something, you know what, right? I think it has a heart and soul in any hip-hop element. And I'm not taking away from people wanting to do it, because I think it really does develop your name. When I was first coming out, you know, I battled so many different people, and then there were some people that were my peers that I just didn't want to battle. But just because you don't know, you don't have to make a name for yourself by constantly battling. And I think there has to come a time in anyone's like career, especially in beatboxing, where you've got to say to yourself, right, how far can I take this thing? What can I do to make it? What can I do to widen my appeal and the scenes? And it's all about making an album. If you were to put Beatbox Battle on an album, then equally will do the same job. It'll do the same job. It's a good thing, because you're putting product out there for people, more people, to get an understanding and appreciation of it. But as far as me goes, I'm not interested in that.
So, to make it as a professional beatboxer, what other skills other than just beatboxing do you feel have been crucial to you?
For me, playing instruments would be good. I'm live on stage now. We've got a drummer. I'm gonna have a bass player and a DJ, because I know I can battle between each of them during the show, and it's a bit of a flying circus affair. That's been really cool, because to get to know each instrument like that, it helps your own development. Another thing that's been a really good development has been working with other beatboxers, because I've been very like that with the whole beatbox thing for a long time, but through working with Eclipse and working with Faith and just kind of like opening my mind a bit more to other areas of the scene. I don't know, actually then again I think the standard of those guys has really come along, and I think they're inspiring. These two guys, you know what I mean? It's like, they're just really creative guys. And learning to sing, man, and learning to deliver, because I do a lot of voiceover work as well, like for TV commercials and campaigns and stuff. Some of the stuff you wouldn't even know it was me, because I'm not beatboxing, I'm doing my normal voice, and that's been really good because you develop your diction and you learn about pushing and drawing back vocally and stuff, and the whole rap thing, and interweaving the beatboxing into it. Anyway.
How much of the DIY angle do you think is becoming more possible?
A hell of a lot more, eh? I mean, you know, when I first started, there was no internet like that. There was no beatbox.com. If it wasn't for A+, if it wasn't for that man right there, you wouldn't have a UK scene. MySpace, nothing. Facebook, there. It's KillaKela.com. That's it. And there was no kind of teaching different methods and practices of beatboxing. That's what's been amazing, don't you say? It's been really cool. Like humanbeatbox.com, Beatbox Battle. Although, you know, there's so many. I mean, you know.
So, what are your views on artist responsibility and delivering a message through your music because you have such a wide audience to talk to?
Yeah, no, massive. Yeah, I've got my morals. Yeah, definitely.
Are there any causes in particular that you'd like to shout out to?
Nice, anti-knife. What's that one that we did? Calm, that's the one.
Campaign against.
Yeah, campaign against suicide. Campaign against suicidal men called Calm. They're wicked. Youth work, man. I did like 7 years youth work when I was younger. It was probably the best thing I ever done, you know. Just to be able to, I don't know, talk and identify with kids.
Do you teach as well?
I've done workshops. I do workshops, yeah. I do it. Yeah, and message-wise, I think it's always important to, if you've got a voice, you know, use it and use it wisely. And you know, I'm not into the music thing in people just talking contrived apathy. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. And there's a lot of people out there doing that, and it's just, you know, stand for something else, man. Do you know what I mean?
So, do you do a lot of gigs with these causes?
I've done stuff with Calm. I did like a TV campaign with Nice. Yeah.
So, would you say you have kind of a plan for where it's all heading, or is it more on the fly than that?
No, I've got a plan. If everyone lets me have one, I've got one. But you've got to roll with the punches and just do what you do, and just hope the work that you put in being a fundamental part of something bigger understands the direction in which you're going, you know. Possibly I'm going somewhere where no beatboxers gone before, and I'm completely at ease with that. I'm more than confident that I've got all the necessary components, like creatively as well as musically, to do that. It's just a case of not leaving anyone behind and hoping that people, well, I know they will, they'll get that, and you know, but not leaving anyone behind, that's what's really important, you know. I endorse the humanbeatbox.com, I endorse the championships, I endorse Beatbox Battle, I endorse everything, you know. remix-wise, you know, I'm getting beatboxers remixing my tunes. You know, you get beatboxers doing remix of a beatboxer's tunes. That's never been done before. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I wanna spearhead something bigger. Likewise, it doesn't have to be me. It can be another beatboxer, but as long as we're all doing it, you know, that's what's really important. The new single, Built Like an Amplifier, it may be out before this, you know, comes out. That's the 29th of June, and then the second single, Every Day, produced by Alan Brax, that comes out on the 23rd, 24th of that comes out on the 24th of August, and then the album 31st of August, called Amplified. We've got a whole bunch of tours coming up, and particularly like around the September, October time. Come down, check it out.
July 8th at Cargo.
July 8th, July 8th at Cargo. You've got to come and check it out. We've got some special guests coming through. It's called the Amplified Show. It's now that time for you to relive some moments and come and check out the Killa Kela show. Do it. Big shout out to humanbeatbox.com. Big shout out to the championships. Now, big shout out to everybody. You know, I'm all for the unification of a one scene.
How do you, as a beatboxer, approach working with a producer in order to give them something to build a track from?
Well, I work straight from source of the beatbox, so I'll come with I'll come with an idea that's beatbox. I'll put it down, and then from then on in, we decide what gets replaced with an instrument off the band on stage, or what gets put forward as like the thread of sound. From there, we start writing. Sometimes I'll have an idea that comes off the live show, like as a chorus or a hook or something. So I put that down vocally. I'll then do all the harmonies. If it needs scratching on the verses, then I think about where the best place to put that is. What sounds are the best. What words are the best for the sound. Then we work with the producer to kind of fine tune that. Sometimes he'll hear a beatbox sound and he'll be like, no, that's shit. Like, you've got to be real with yourself, like what makes a good song. And I think that's what's been really important with a lot of the producers. It's like we'll come with a whole bag, a whole wealth of like ideas and sounds that could even be beatbox related or track related, but what they've managed to do is, you know, filter through what will create a good end result. And that's what's been most exciting, is like whether people hear it or not, in the tunes there's beatboxing from the get-go, but it's been used in a cool way. And for those that are always a little unsure, just go with your instinct. If you hear a vocal sound or something sounds human, then 9 times out of 10 it is me.
So do you ever feel you try and kind of get away from that being recognised as a beatbox sound in order to just go for the importance of the sound itself rather than...
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes you can't beat around the bush, you know what I mean? If that sounds naff, then don't do it. If the beatbox is getting in the way of your creativity, that's not a good thing. You're just trying to appease something that doesn't exist yet, you know?
Yeah.
But there's there's some great drum battles like on the album as well that kind of compensate for maybe areas that, and instrumental tunes as well, like some crazy, it's just so out there. So even when someone listens to it as a track, it's like, well, that just doesn't sound like anything I would have heard before, beatboxing or no beatboxing, and that's exactly what you want to put across. You know?
I've been Vid Warren, this is Killa Kela, and you're watching humanbeatbox.com.
Peace.
Don't leave me hanging, son.
Oh.